Okay. So first of all, since today is the deadline for week 7, I believe, we'll just be looking at that first. We'll see the programming assignments, practice programming assignments, and we'll see if uh, you can get any help from solving those assignments. So week 6 is already done. Week 7 is to be done. So let's just start with the practice assignment. Have you all finished this one? Before we move any further, am I clearly visible and audible?
हाँ भैया.
Okay. So I'll just increase the font size. Uh, let's start with the first question. So here you can see int main character. It's given over here, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters long, and printf ld str length. So then, what will the output be for this one?
6.
Okay, so it's quite self-explanatory. It is 6 characters long, and strlen returns how many characters there are, not the number of bits or number of bytes in any given information, any given, I guess, variable or array. So that is what it does. So can you tell me what is LD over here?
LD means long double data type.
It means a long decimal data type.
हाँ, yes भैया.
Yeah. So that is what it means. So if let's just move on. For a double, we'll generally use LF, so long float. So that is what is used. After that, let's move on to the next question. Consider for below array and pointer initialization. Which of the following expressions will yield the result as 4? Okay, so which one of these will result as 4? We want output to be 4.
A
A3.
and option D. B and D.
B and D. Are you sure about this?
Yes.
Okay, so what will option A and option C return?
Option
Option A
return
return
5
5.
and option C also returns 5.
Okay, so as you can see, an array is nothing but a pointer. Just that we are directly looking at the data inside an array, and pointer simply points to location. So we can use pointer arithmetic to find the location. So that's essentially what it is. After that, consider the below two array definitions in C language. So we have character A array equals Abhishek and character B array equals Abhishek. So which of the following is the correct way to compare the string values for equality?
As string compare strcmp.
That is correct. What will happen if we do A equals B?
It will check A is equal to B or not.
So it will check the pure value.
Yes.
If you want to check the what's it
A
called
string.
total string, then we'll have to use str compare. Okay. So next one. Which of the following statements is true regarding strings in C? Sorry. Uh, there is no primitive data type for string in C language. The strings are implemented as null terminated character arrays in the language. Characters in the given string cannot be iterated over using loops. A C string consists of English alphabets only. So which of these are correct?
Option first and second.
One second. Yeah. So option A is correct. There's no primitive data type for string in C. We use character arrays to essentially simulate strings. And option B is also correct. That is exactly how we, you know, get the string data type without actually having a string data type. Next one, what will be what will the output be of the above C program? So we have character A equals Abhishek, character P, character pointer P equals and A 5, and we want to print P. So what will it give?
Hek.
Sorry,
HEK.
Hek.
HEK. Are you sure about this?
Yeah, because it starts from H and end to K.
Okay. So if we just look at the place values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it will start from H and it will go up to HEK. So that is correct. After that, let's go here. Consider below array declaration and initialization. Which of the following is the correct way to copy the string A to A?
A string copy strcpyba.
That is correct. Uh, so this is how we generally copy strings in C. Uh, Otherwise, another option is simply to use a for loop and to just iterate over and over. You can do that. Otherwise, B equals A, it is not recommended since that will only copy one value instead of all the values. So next one, suppose you want the changes made to the formal parameters of a function to be reflected in actual parameters that are passed while invoking the function. Which of the following approaches is to be used? Firstly, did you understand the question?
Yes, sir, I understood.
Okay. So how can you solve this one?
Call by reference.
Call by reference?
Yes.
Yes,
Can you
right.
give me the reason why?
Because when we swap two values and we stores because the variables are not fixed, we can change its value. Uh,
So see, the reason why it is called by reference is because whenever we want to
We are
change a particular parameter, okay, so we can only change them if we are referencing the address instead of using the actual value of that one. So for example, if we were to take some, let's say, variable into the parameter, in that case, it would not really change the, variables. So like for example, in this one, it is int x array. Instead of this, if it was just int x and I put in here x equals 12. So in that case, this would receive a 12. Let's say that I turn this into a digit counting function. In counting a digit, the input parameter is destroyed. But if we come outside, then it will still be the same value, 12, because it is not within the scope of the function. It is outside the scope. Now, if I want the value to be destroyed, then I can use a pointer. So what a pointer does is that it just points to a memory location, right? So any action that is performed on the data in that memory location, it is permanent, right? So it is the same whether it is used in the function or in the main function. Okay, so that is why if we want to reflect the changes uh, that we made in a function, it is call by reference, not call by value, because call by value is not translated back into the main function. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So let's move on to the next one. What will be the output of the above C program?
Bhaiya, actually the output should be 3, but here the output is 2. Why? Because in previous lectures, ma'am also got stuck in that problems.
So let's just see, solve one by one. So we have an integer over here, and we have an array of this one, size 12, right? So
Yes.
now tell me what will the size of array be?
Here the size of array is 12.
Is it really 12?
48.
It will be 48 because keep
Yeah,
in mind
yeah,
we are having an int array,
yeah. Multiplying with 4.
right? So the size of x, since we are in inputting the you know uh, integer array as a- arr, which is converted into x over here, size of x will be what? What will be the size of x?
Size of x is 12.
How is it 12? Like, are you sure it is 12?
X is an integer, na, so it will be 48.
Yes, it is an integer array, right? So whatever number of elements is there, we have to multiply that by the size of the integer, and usually the integer size is 4 bytes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so in this case, size of x would be considered 4 times 12, which is 48. Now once again we are dividing it by size of int, right? So in this case, uh, it will be 48 by 4. So the final answer will be what?
12.
It will be 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Does anyone have any doubts in this question?
But actually
No, sir.
answers does not match. Ma'am also says about that in previous lectures.
Once again, let's just check the answer. Okay. Size of integer pointer is 8 bytes. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so when we are taking the size of x, I think that we are taking the size of the integer pointer that is pointing to x instead of the actual value of x. So in that case, it has already given that the size of the integer pointer is 8 bytes. Actually, why are we even uh, getting confused about this? We can just go to replit and try it out. Okay, so what was the code over here? Uh, int arr of 12 equals Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then what is being called over here? Fun. ARR. Okay. So void fun AR int AR x of 12, and that is what? Printf percentage uh, the long unsigned uh, size of x by size of int. Yeah. So hmm. So over here it is telling us that this size of function, it will return the size of the pointer, not the array. Okay. So if we run this one, the answer is 2. So the answer that we are getting is correct. The reason that is correct is because uh, if you remember, um, in one of the lectures, I don't really remember which lecture, anytime we have an anytime we have an array, whenever we type x of a whenever we assign any pointer value to that array, we always point to the first location, so location 0. So whenever we refer to x by itself, we are always referring to the pointer. Okay, so that is what we are getting the size of in this case. And the size of a pointer, as it was given to us, it is 8 bytes. And the size of an int is 4 bytes. So 8 by 4, it is giving us 2. Okay, in place of that, if I were to, yes, you want to say something?
Actually, how the size of x will be 8?
Sorry?
Bhaiya, how the size of x will be 8? It should be 48 na.
No, no, see, we are only taking the pointer. We are not taking the whole array. Okay,
Okay,
so
we take the only first address.
yeah, exactly. So let's say that we have an array which is, let's say, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., etc., all the way up until n. Okay. So whenever we are taking a r by itself, it is always pointing to the first location. Okay, it does not point to, sorry, it does not contain the value of the first location. It contains the pointer. Now, if we were to do something like arr of 0, in that case, it would it would reference the value directly instead of the address,
Yes.
right? So what is ARR?
ARR is the first address of the array.
That is right. So ARR is nothing but a pointer.
Yes.
Okay. So because of that, we are getting the size of a pointer over here instead of the size of the whole array.
Okay, okay, I got it. 8 by 4 is equal to 2.
Yeah, that is correct. So now then, I'll just refresh so that we can look at this, uh, look at a blank slate like this. So this is going to be 2. So let's move on to the next one. What is the size of the following array str? So we have this one. Okay, now even I'm confused.
It will be 20.
Yeah, because in the last version we just discussed how it would return the size of x. Actually, one second. What will happen if I were to just change this from LU to LD? Or if I were to just get rid of this one? Size of str. So if I were to do that here instead, and instead of that we put ARR, then what will this do? Okay, that's strange. Okay, now I think it
Yeah,
will give us first.
I think when we call the array via function, it I think it goes as a call by reference, and in a main function it is called by value. I think that's why.
Might be, yeah. So yeah, if you are declaring any value like this, then it is going to take it as an array. But if you are calling it, like declaring it outside and then calling it by a function, it will only take the pointer, not the entire array. So yeah, that is something that I have also learned just now. Uh, so yeah, if we were to take it like that, then this has 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 15, like 19 characters, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
91,
7,
but
8,
one of them is
9, 10,
used for
11,
closing the
13,
string.
14, 16, 17,
Yeah,
18, 19.
19
Yeah, and
characters
the
and
delimiter.
one and
20 over.
19
Uh,
characters and one null operator or null.
yeah. So one backslash zero to end the whole sequence.
Yes.
Okay, so that's correct. So after that, we have to find the output of this one.
Hey,
String one
actually,
is
we
good.
have done this yesterday.
Okay, you have finished it.
Yes, yes. In the eighth one, we have doubt. So
Okay, in 8 one you had doubt.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so in any other question do you have doubt, or we'll just move on to the PPAs?
I think we should
No,
move
no,
on to
we all have
PPS.
You can go to BPA.
yeah, we all have
Oh,
completed this in yesterday.
okay. So have you finished the PPAs?
No, yeah.
No,
First you completed by me, but
Okay. So just give me a second. Okay. So let's just see the problem. Have you all attempted this PPAs at least?
yes,
Okay. So question number one: complete the program to calculate the sum of n numbers given as input. The program should first accept an integer input from the user indicating the number of inputs to be given. Okay. So we have n, we have I. We have a 10. We have some 0. So what can you see over here? Firstly, we have to write a code so that we can accept input into this one, right? So we need scanf. So what should the first step be for me?
We have to first scan the n.
Yeah, we have to scan n, right? So
Yes.
scan f percentage d comma n. Is this correct?
Ah, yes, it's correct.
No,
Careful about the
ampersand.
little mistakes.
Ampersand.
Yeah, careful about the little mistakes.
Yeah.
So we have scanned this one. Now what should I do?
Uh,
We
we
can
can
use
call.
a if condition to check whether it is greater than 10 or not. Since we have only 10 elements in array.
Yeah, we can
I mean,
also
see
use a
here
for
you
loop.
can see this note. You can assume that the maximum number of characters, uh, number of inputs to be given by the users will not exceed 10. So we can skip that one. But good call.
We can directly use for loop.
Okay. So for what?
I starts from 0
I equals 0,
and go up to n and I
I
plus
less
plus.
than n, I plus plus. Okay, so what should I do here?
We take again as uh, inputs from the users
Okay, so scan f, and what
percent
should I do over here?
um, ampersand a array
And what should
or
I?
array and then after I, yes, inside them.
Okay, okay, good. So now do we have to calculate the sum? Yes, we have to calculate the sum.
We can directly do by next line. Sum plus is equal to ai.
Yeah. So should we just do it over here since we have multiple elements to work with? So sum plus equals ai. This is what you're telling, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just test this one. And that passes all the cases. So good job. And submitting for the private test cases, all 5 have passed. Okay, so let's move on to the programming assignment 2. Okay, so before we move on, does anyone have any doubts in PPA 1?
No way.
Okay,
But yeah, actually, I have not any doubt regarding PPA one, but I have a doubt regarding OPB questions. So,
okay.
can we discuss that?
Sorry.
Can we discuss that in the end of the session or any time when you?
Sure, sure. Let's first finish the 5 PPAs and then we can discuss.
Okay, भैया.
Okay. So I'll take it that no one has any doubts in question 1. So in that case, let's move on to question 2. Okay, so over here we have a function sort array that takes a non-empty integer array ARR and the size of array n as parameters. The function sort the array elements in ascending order. The function does not return anything. Okay, so over here we have different strategies, but I want a simple strategy. Can anyone tell me what I can do? We already
Ac-
have array, we already have int n.
Actually,
So
I also stuck in that problem.
Yes, me too. But I have watched a YouTube video regarding this and do it in this way.
Okay, okay. So we'll discuss the YouTube video later. For now, let's just try to take this logically. So, what can I say about sorting this one? Like this one is so we have multiple approaches. Sorting in itself is a problem, quite vast problem. We have multiple different sorting algorithms, but let's just take a simple one over here. So, int, let's just take uh, this one, uh, int temp. Let's take a temporary variable, okay, and let's just have a for loop int I equals 0, I less than n, I plus plus, all the good stuff. So now we are going from 0 to n, so we can read arr from 0 to n. So let's firstly just take if arr of 0, sorry, I is less than, sorry, yeah, less than arr of I plus 1. So what should we do? Or I guess greater than I plus 1. If
We can
ARR
store
of,
we can
yeah,
store
continue.
ARR ith value in temporary variable so that we can find the maximum, or we can
Uh,
swap the values.
we can swap the values, right? So
Yes.
temp is equal to ARR of I, ARR of I plus 1 equals temp ARR of I equals uh, ARR ARR I plus 1.
Plus one. Yes.
Okay, so this one goes here. So you guys understood what we are doing over here?
Yes.
Now tell me,
Yes.
will this work right now?
No, it's just adjust the adjacent sides.
That is correct. So it will just adjust once,
Yeah.
right? It will go through and it will compare each value, but it will only adjust once. So what can we do to ensure that this goes enough times?
We do for loop again.
So one thing that we can do is int j, sorry, j equals j less than n, j plus plus. So can anyone tell me what this second for loop does? Okay, so I'll just explain it. This first for loop, it will ensure that this one, so it will go through this one as many times as there are number of elements in that array. Okay. The reason that we are doing this is because let's say that in this example, one is in the very last one, right? In the very last position.
Yes.
So what will the sorting algorithm do for this one? So it will come here, it will see that 6 is greater than, sorry, 6 is greater than 5, so it will swap these both. So we'll get 5 6. Then it will see, sorry, yeah, 5 6. Then it will see that 6 is greater than 4, so it will swap. So we have 5 4 6. Then 6 3, it will swap again. So eventually we'll get 5 4 3 2 1 6. Right, that's the first iteration. After that, what will happen? It will see 5 is greater than 4, so it will swap. 4 is greater than 3, so it will swap. Sorry, 5 is greater than 4, it will swap. 5 is greater than 3, it will swap. 5 is greater than 2, it will swap. 5 is greater than 1, it will swap. But 5 is not greater than 6, so it will leave it as it is. Right? So it will do that n number of times. So once for every element, it will sort it. It will sort it itself. Okay? Of course, that is just in theory. I do not know if it will work, but let's just test it, shall we? And
Yes,
it
sir.
is already doing all the printing, so let's just test it.
I have also done using this method from that YouTube video.
Okay, so this is like the simplest case, I guess. Okay, so we are getting some error over here. Like this is
Yeah,
some garbage value. Temp, let's just initialize it to ARR of 0, I guess. So now what do we get? Where is this number coming from? Okay, so it still persists. And we are missing 19 over here. So the largest value it is missing. Why is this happening? Just running this again, what do we get? Okay, so it's random for some reason. Why is it random? Hmm.
I think it should be go n minus 1.
And minus one, are you telling?
Uh, yes.
Yeah, over here you're telling. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah. This one up here, it can stay as it is. This one, it has to be like this. Yeah. So now if we just go like this, yeah, now it's fixed. So now we submit this. Yeah, everything is perfect. So did you guys understand why this works as a sorting algorithm?
Ah, yes, yes.
So what this does is that it finds the largest uh, number in any given array and it sends it to the right side.
Ah, yes, and put it at the right side.
Yeah. So it will first find 6, it will put it in the right side. Then it will find 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. And in fact, I believe that I can put this as n minus 1. So it will run n minus 1 times and still it will work. But I don't want to test it. Why break perfectly working code? So yeah, this is the code that works for this one. Anyone has any doubts in this one?
No, no, Priya.
Okay. So let's move on to the third programming problem. Write a function is increasing decreasing that takes a non-empty integer ARR and the size of that one where it is at least two, sorry, at least three as parameters if the elements of the array strictly increase from 0 to p and then strictly decrease from p to index minus 1, okay, size minus 1, then the function returns index p, otherwise returns a 0. Okay, so what can we do over here?
We have to make a function.
Right, firstly we have to make the function, right? And I honestly hate this one. Like, the spelling error is, it is not good over here, but what can we do? So it is returning an integer, right? So we need an int function. So is increasing, decreasing, decreasing. Okay, that takes a non-empty integer array and the size of an array as its parameters. So now it looks like this. If the one second. Yeah. So firstly, what do we have to do? As is tradition, it's always a good thing to have a temporary variable in these cases, and to initialize this to the first element of the array. After that, what we can do, we have a for loop. So now, what are we doing? I've got a temporary variable and I've got a for loop. So what do we do?
Uh, Put if conditions.
Okay, if what?
Uh, I is equal to 0. Uh, and then I think we have to put a or, that is double pipe. Yeah. I is equal to size minus 1. Yeah.
Can you please tell me why you are doing this?
Uh, Actually, it's firstly checks the I is equal to 0 or not I. If I is equal to 0 or I is equal to checks I is equal to size minus 1, and both conditions, and one of the conditions will satisfy, then it execute under the F conditions.
Okay, so you have the right idea, but this execution is a bit clunky. Like, tell me one thing. Like, will this for loop ever reach size, like the number size, or will it stop at size minus one?
It stops in size minus 1.
It will stop at size minus one, right?
Yes.
So, is this condition really necessary?
I don't
Like, we
think
can
so.
make do without it, right? And instead of going there, we can just put the initialization at one,
Okay.
right? So now we
Currently,
have
I am not
a for loop.
practicing.
Yeah. So what do we want to do over here? Like, what is our goal? What do we want to achieve with this for loop?
If the series of numbers are decreasing or increasing, we have to
Yeah,
check it.
strictly increasing or decreasing.
Okay, so before that, we have to check if it is increasing first, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. What we can do is let's just put this one to max. That so if uh, greater than max, actually let's do in first. If ARR of I is less than equal to what do you call it will be what break. We'll just do return one,
Your voice is
return
not
minus
clear.
break. Can you tell me why?
Here, your voice is not clear, cracking voice.
Is it clear?
No, here not clear.
Hello. Is it cracking? My God. That-
I think it's still cracking.
Yeah, the network issues are very bad over here.
हॉस्टल में हॉटस्पॉट की अवेलेबिलिटी होती ना।
Is it any better now?
Yeah, here now it's audible. You clear. Ravikant, have you tried GRPS?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I guess it should be at least a bit better now.
Now it's better than before.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as I was saying, why did we put -1 over here? Can anyone tell me? Let's just add one more over here. Uh, let's put it as top top. Am I audible now?
हाँ भैया, you are audible.
Okay. So let's just try a different approach over here. Can anyone tell me what this stop may be doing? I asked maybe, not what this does. So any guesses are welcome.
A stops variable you initialize with zeros.
Okay, so what could the reason be? Like, what could it do?
Uh, Actually, it checks the uh, value is the peak positions or not. I think.
See, I put stop over here to check whether we are, after increasing, we are going back to decreasing.
Ah, yes, yes.
So have we stopped increasing is what I'm checking. So
Okay.
now if stop
Yeah, what is the
equals
meaning of
1,
return minus one?
uh, it return minus 1 means we are, the function will return minus 1.
Uh, what does it mean? Why we
It
use a
literally
return sign?
means, literally means this line of code. So what this says is that the value of this function will become minus 1 if this condition is satisfied. Okay,
Okay,
notice that
okay.
we are using an int over here, right? So this function will have a certain value.
I think Ravikant want to ask that why the question ask for returning -1.
I mean,
Ah,
the
yes,
question
yes.
asked for this one, right? In the
It's
question, it's
just to
given.
indicate that the
Yeah, yeah.
execution is
It's
what or
also
not.
mentioned in the questions that you have to return minus one.
Okay, I think it just indicate that the execution is worked or not. That's
No, no.
meant.
See, the thing is, if it is successful, we are returning the index p, right? But if the function is not as we want it, like it is not increasing and then decreasing, if it is like increasing, decreasing, then increasing again, in that case, it is returning minus 1 to indicate that that the array that you have input, it is not satisfying the condition.
Yes, yes.
Okay, na? So this is a common like convention that we use. If the condition within a certain function is not fulfilled, we return minus 1. If it is fulfilled, we either return 1 or some other value. Like in this case, we are returning the index p. Okay, we'll come to how we count index p later. But in this case, we are checking this one. If stop is equal to 1, that means that we have found the maximum value, and ARR of I is less than max, then we puts max equals ARR of I, else break re- return minus 1 break. Okay, so can anyone tell me why this is the logic over here? So the logic behind this sequence of if else conditions is that firstly, when we are starting, stop will be 0. That means that we are expecting the series to increase, right?
Ah, yes.
So if stop is 0 and the current in the current value is greater than max. Keep in mind, max value is ARR 0, so the first value. So if it is greater than the max, then we are changing max to be that same number, okay, and nothing else. When we hit the maximum number, what will happen? After that, the number will decrease, right? So after that, what happens? We change stop to +1. We change stop to 1, and then we go, and then of course we update the value once again. And after that, what happens? Stop is now 1, right? So these both will be skipped. These both conditions will be skipped. Now this condition will be run. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
if stop is 1, it will check if ARR, so the current value is less than max. Remember, we are checking if it is strictly decreasing. Okay. So we do not want even equals. See, here equals is there, it is giving -1. Okay now. So this is what we are doing. And after that, if we are getting anything else, then it will return -1 and it will break. Is this okay? So now
Actually,
we
I
want to count.
didn't understand
Okay, you did not understand which one?
last step. Else, if a stop is equal to 1 and array I less than max.
Okay, so in this first condition, we are checking if it is increasing, right?
Yes, right.
So this is the condition for increasing. And we
Yes.
are updating the value of max every single time so that we can be sure that it is increasing and not just higher than a certain value. So this is the condition for increasing. Now this is the condition for the change. So when increasing becomes decreasing.
Okay, okay.
Okay, now that is why it changes from 0 to 1. The stop changes. So even after that, we are updating this one, right? And this third condition is the decreasing condition.
Both the condition is decreasing. Both the else if conditions are for the decreasing.
Yeah, see, this is the first time it is decreasing, and this is to make sure that it continues to decrease.
Uh, okay, okay.
Okay, now
Oh,
because if after it continues decreasing, if it changes again, if it starts increasing, then we have to break and return -1, right? Or even if the current value is equal to max, in that case also we want to break it,
okay, okay. Yeah.
right? So that is why the current logic is as it is. Now we have count over here, or I guess p would be more appropriate since we are checking the index p over here. So p starts from 0. Okay, p starts from 0, and every time it increases, p is incremented, as is obvious. Now tell me, should I increment p over here?
Can you repeat, please, please?
Can you say if I should increment p over here?
Uh, yes, P plus plus.
Okay, so let's just test it out. Okay, now after this whole thing, we want to return p, correct? So let's just test this one out. So okay, so we are getting some different stuff. So first, the -1 condition works perfectly. Okay, no, this one does not work. Okay, it is strictly increasing. Okay, so from this test case, what do we understand?
Here expected output is -1.
No, no.
Uh,
So see, what we understand from this test case is that we want this to be both increasing and decreasing. Okay, if it is strictly increasing, then it is failing it,
yes, it's fail.
right? So what do I have to do over here?
Return -1.
No, no. See, here I have to add another condition, right? So if stop, see, stop is very convenient right now because it is telling us if we have changed direction, right? If we have gone from increasing to decreasing. So it's very convenient in this case. So if stop, then return p, else return -1. Is this clear?
It's clear.
Yeah. So if the value of stop is 1, that means that we have changed direction. And if we have changed direction, then that means that we have gone from increasing back to decreasing. So it will
And
return a
finally it
proper value.
returns -1.
Yeah. If it is if it is still 0, then it will return -1. Okay. Let's test this again. So I expect this condition to at least be fulfilled. Case 5. And I was correct. So case 5 is fulfilled. Now case 4 and case 2 are left. Okay. And this refers back to the question I asked. Do we need P++ over here? Because notice expected outcome is 4, we are getting 5.
No, no,
Ex-
we do not need.
Expected outcome is 1, we are getting 2, right?
Yes, we do not
So
need
we
P++.
exactly. So we do not need P++ over there. And now I'm feeling confident. I'll submit it directly. Give it a second. Okay, 5 out of 6 test cases passed. Okay, there's one sixth test case which has not passed. So some corner test case. Think about it. Look at the question and try to think what might we have missed.
I actually same type of problem I got in OPP. All the public test cases are passed, but some of private test cases are not passed.
Okay, so what you have to do in those cases is simply to just try to think of edge cases. Okay,
Edge cases means
like think zero, negative numbers, positive numbers, anything that like theoretically your code should be able to do, but it won't come very often.
like if any code is programmed for the positive all the quantities, and if we are not
Yeah,
able to.
if we input
Oh,
a negative quantity into a program designed for positive quantities, what will happen?
okay, okay, I understand.
Okay, so if it is not explicitly mentioned that the inputs will only be positive, you have to consider that also.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so from what I can see, I think that it is likely this one, size -1. I say this because uh, Actually, no, yeah, size minus 1 should be covered by this code. Takes a non-empty integer array ARR and size of the array size, where size is greater than 2. So at bare minimum, size is 3, right? So 0, 1, 2, it will be like that, and it will just check if it is increasing and then decreasing. Uh, okay, I think that it has to do something with an array of size 3. So let's say that we have an array of size 3. So what is this code doing? If stop is 0 and the ARR is greater than max, it will increase. So firstly, let's track max. So firstly, max will be 1. After this, max will be 2. And in the third one, it will become 1. Now, let's track stop as well. It will be 0,
Bhaiya,
0,
your voice is
and 1,
breaking.
right? So in this case, it does not get a chance to check the next one. Sorry,
Your voice is crackling.
Yes.
network issues again. These network issues.
I think oh, it's
Is it
okay.
okay? It's better now?
Yeah.
हाँ भैया, it's better.
Okay. Okay. So as I was saying, we are tracking max and stop over here. Now it has this is max. Now it has checked. It is increased. Now it is checked. It is decreased, and this is changed. Is it encountering any condition for
हाँ भैया, can you show
this one?
which test case does not pass?
I don't think so because these private test cases are locked at the
Yes.
moment. So we have max like this, stop like this. What will happen after that? So after that, this will stop running. Stop is 1, max is 1. So stop is 1, it will return P. What is P? P is 1. Yeah, no, that is correct. So it is handling the size 3 properly. So it is some other edge case. Hmm. This has stumped me as well.
Actually, same thing happens with my OPB, and I am very much confused about that, and I leave as it is.
I mean, see, if you're getting 5 out of 6 test cases, then that is plenty already. Just try to get some bonus marks in the bonus questions, and that's that. But yeah, let's just ask Perplexity what it thinks about this. Right now, it's practice, so this is a reasonable thing to do. But do not do this when you are, giving an exam for obvious reasons. So while this is running, do you guys have any doubts in how this code works?
No भैया, but uh, uh, why one test cases are not passed?
Yeah, that's why I asked this guy. So this guy is, you know, running its brain to figure out what is wrong with this code.
Actually, in OPB part one, third question, I have write the code correctly, but the test cases are not passed. I don't know why. And loop is not continue up to six after six, five.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to see. I guess this guy is done now. Yeah, this guy is done. For inputs like, I don't know, whatever this is. Uh, is this it? P greater than equal to 1. Let's just try it out over here. If stop and P greater than equal to 1. I guess we can just directly do stop and P. Now if we, this should still pass. Yeah, all the public test cases are passed, private test cases. Okay, C.
Yeah,
Okay.
private test cases pass 6 out of 6.
Okay, so I guess this is the point that we had to emphasize over here, that P is at least 1 at bare minimum.
Okay, then
So
we
this
also
point,
write a p is greater than 1, p is greater than 0.
I mean, not really necessary, right? If it is 0, then anyways, the compiler will treat it as false. If it is 1, it will treat it as true. Like if it is greater than 1 or anything. And we have not given it a way to decrease in value, right? So it will always be greater than 0 or greater than equal to 0. So simply just writing stop and beat, this is perfectly valid.
Okay.
In fact, if you want to optimize this even further, use less space, you can just do it like this. So wherever you need a 0, just do this. And it may make it a bit more confusing, but it is a lot smaller and a lot neater. So now this is done. Any doubts, anyone?
This simplicity makes our code optimize, right?
Not really. We are still just actually, yeah, I guess you can say that, since we are doing one less comparison or one less loading, I guess. But the the difference in optimization is very minuscule in this case. So just
Okay.
do whatever is better for you. Okay. So any doubts in this question?
No doubts, I think.
Okay. So let's move on to PPA4. Reverse a string. Complete the given function that takes a string and print the reverse of the given input string. Okay, the input consists of a single line containing a string of up to 100 characters. Print the reverse string on a new line. Okay, so we only have a car star string to work with, and we have the string.h library. to use. So what we can first do, uh, okay, and one more thing to notice over here. Sorry, we are removing the new line character from the input string. Okay, so there are no new line characters, and there is no uh, this one null character. Okay, no, sorry. If there is a new line character, we are putting it as a null character. So there's no lines in this case. Only a single word or a single sentence, and then this one. The it will stop the character right there.
Yes.
Means we
So
cannot put any second line in the input.
right. So what we can do first is uh,
Avoid
copy
functions.
this one into another one. So car star, let's say copy, and then we can do str cpy. Uh, we first put string and then copy here, right?
No, we have to put first copy and then string so that thing in
First,
kept
we
in
have to put our
string.
destinations,
Good. So
and
we have
then
string.
and we have to put our source. Yes.
Yeah. So now can I just do for int I equals 0, I less than strlen of string
A string.
I plus plus. So what can I do over here to reverse the string?
We have to make up variables and store
We
them.
we can just or we can just do this, right?
Yes, you can do.
We can do it like this.
How can you please explain?
Actually,
So
there is a pointer, a string plus I.
so string, as I explained before, it is simply a pointer, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Since we are referencing it before. Uh, Actually, yeah. Here I am a bit doubtful since we have copy over here that we have initialized within this code only. So there is a chance that it may not work. And first, let's just try it. This part is finished, so let's just test run this one.
And also we have to give a print statement.
Right, right. It is not printing anything.
Yes, we have to give a printf percentile s string.
Or we can use puts.
Yes, we can also use puts.
Do that as well. So, but for now, let's just
Yeah, your voice is
try
not.
this one.
Your voice as well as the screen is stucking.
Okay, should I?
When your voice is not
Just
clear,
wait a few
your
seconds. It
video is
should
stuck.
resolve on its own. Okay, I'm back. I guess. Am I audible now?
Audible, but video is stuck.
Video is not cleared.
Uh, is it visible?
It's looking blur.
Okay, so just give it a second. Like the internet here fluctuates quite a bit. The Wi-Fi. So yeah, is print actually not printing anything, or is it just some? My God. Okay, so let's just try F put S. Uh, what do we need for F put S? str ng, comma, size of str ng, comma, std. Okay, so what was the form syntax for this one? I'm forgetting. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So can anyone tell me the syntax for F put S? I'm forgetting.
Uh, F puts and in the parentheses. Uh, yes. Hmm. Let me check.
I think this is correct without that comma.
Just one second. Okay, let's just see. Okay, warning argument 2 of F put S makes pointer from integer without a cast. Expected file star. Okay, whatever. Let's just get rid of this second part and let's see if F put S string just works.
I think print should be also work in this.
Yeah, it should work. Okay, should it be std out like this one? Okay, I'm not getting anything. Okay, what is it before here?
If we give a puts only without f.
Will that do anything? Actually, are we even getting like a value over here? Uh, okay, we are not able to print out anything.
Syntax error printf.
Right, right. Okay, we are not getting anything at all.
I think there is some error from main function.
Might be. Let's just try it over here.
Simply put a printf statement after the for loop.
Okay, no, we are getting input. Okay, okay. So yeah, the what is happening over here is that this is being copied into this when that does not have any value. Actually, no, that shouldn't be the case. Let's just try reversing this one. String copy, and now let's see. Okay, it's printing something definitely, but I do not know what it is printing. Printf percentage
Percent
s
value.
comma string. Okay, something else it is printing entirely. Uh,
So in
-2. Let's just try it.
string
Sorry.
copies from the third line.
Yeah, in third line.
Ah, yes. Is this line correct?
I mean, see, we tried it the other way around, and it did not return anything, or at least I don't think it returned anything. Yeah, it did not return anything.
Why so?
Hello?
Why?
Actually, Bhaiya, it should be returning something, but here is not return anything. That is printf percentile as a string. It does not print something.
Can we do this in another code editor and then put it here?
Yes.
Let's
Simply
just try
copy,
that.
paste in replet.
Okay, so we have it over here. So let's just try this one. strcpy uh, copy comma string. This is what you guys are telling, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just try running this one. and let's say hello world. Buffer overflow detected, terminated.
What does
So
it mean,
something is
Bhaiya?
happening over here. Let's try this one. Essentially, this is going out of like the allowed range of what it should be able to go to. Okay. Reverse. So
Actually, Bhaiya, you have written a string inside a printf. Okay.
this one,
No, printf percentile s string.
yeah.
But here is nothing string. A string plus I.
So we are updating the value at string plus I, right?
Yes.
So we are going character by character and replacing it.
I think we the enter is character pointer in string that first in the function, and we are trying to printing the string value, but the string is actually a pointer, I think.
I mean, of course, string is a pointer, but this percentage s works in this way. So it takes a pointer, it goes up until it encounters what is it called? Null character.
Okay.
So buffer overflow detected. So what we can try to do is like over here it is what strlen input -1. Oh, wait, this one. So we can just update is sorry. We can just update this one by force. So actually, let's try taking this step by step. So we have print this one over here. Just copy this one, paste this one over here. Instead of string, we print copy. So now if we run this one, buffer overflow, program terminated. So instead of doing this, let's just
Actually, what do you mean by buffer overflow detected?
so it means that we are going over the limit of a particular string. So we are entering the bits that we are not supposed to be able to access.
Okay, okay.
And I do not know why it is working like this one. If I just comment this out, what will it do? Still it is buffer overflowing. Okay, so this copy is the issue. So like this, it is encountering some buffer overflow problem. So let's just try this one and then undo this one. So okay, it is not printing anything at all now. So why is this happening? Is it because we have not declared any like size for copy? So just look at this one. Yeah, I think it's because we have not declared any length for copy. So let's just try this one. Max underscore len. And now let's try and run this one. It is not returning copy. So let's just try this one now. Copy, comma, string. Now if we run this one, hello world. Yeah, now it works. So we had not declared any size for this one. That is why it did not work. So instead of
Uh,
cast or copy, we have to do max len. And after that, copy slash string. Now let's see if this works. Yeah, it works now. So we can just get rid of this line and submit. Okay, it passed 0 out of 5. Right, because we are eating away one of this one. Yeah, now it works perfectly. Okay, that took a bit longer than expected, but we got the answer in the end. Okay, any doubts in this one?
Can you summarize this whole question? I am very much confused.
Yeah. So what we are doing is we are taking a character. So we have created a character array. Okay, so we have created another string using this max length over here. Okay, if you
Yes.
look over here, character input is also defined like this, max length. Okay, just the
Yes.
difference is that we are not initializing this with any value. Instead, we are copying this with the values that are present in string. Okay,
Yes. Okay.
so after that, we have a for loop that goes from 0 to uh, the length of the string. And what we are doing is that we are updating each character with what we are doing is plus the size of the len. So
Okay.
the
With the
final
last
index,
character.
yeah, last character minus I. Okay, so string plus
Yes.
I, the last character
Okay. I
minus
got
I.
it.
So we are just updating it with the reverse values. And finally, we have the string which is reversed.
Okay. I got it.
Okay. Anyone else? Any doubts?
no, no, I got it.
Okay. So let's just take PPA 5 now. And this is convert sentence to title case. String parameter and prints it after converts it into title case. Capitalizes the first letter of each word in the sentence while making all other letters lowercase. Please note that the words are separated by spaces. Okay, so this is a very easy one. firstly we have to make this one. So does this return anything?
No.
No, it does not return anything. So we'll need a void function. Void title case, and the input is a sentence. So
Char
char,
asterisk string.
let's just put it like that. So now what we can do is for I, we have string dot h. Uh, let's just do, yeah, let's do it like this. For
Firstly, we take the
int I
length of the
equals
string.
0 from I to str len of str
Okay.
I plus plus, and then we can just check if what is it called, str of I equals space. Okay, so we need to capitalize this. Is there any way to capitalize easily?
Add numbers.
Sorry.
We can add 32 in their ASCII code.
Okay, so adding 32 capitalizes the number.
Uh, yes, by adding a ASCII value.
Typecasting, using typecasting and adding the 32 value in their ASCII codes.
Okay.
No, I think reducing uh, ASCII value of capital letters is smaller
Huh,
than,
it should reduce like
yeah, we have to
Let's
subtract
just
from
see.
them.
yeah, yeah,
We
we
can
have
just
to
see this one
subtract.
online. So we have, where's A?
ASCII code ZW 90.
Okay, so in order to capitalize, we have to subtract 32. In order to print lowercase, we have to add 32.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So the first character, uh, how should we do this? What's the ASCII codes? So between 65 and
90.
90. Okay, 65 and 90. Actually, I don't need to touch 65 and 90. If it is between 97 and 122, if it is between 97 and 122, if str 0 and typecasted to unsigned int equals is greater than 97, or unsigned int str 0 is less than 122. If this is the case, then str of 0 minus equals 32. Unsigned int. Uh, let's just try printing this one. Printf percentage %c, comma, what is it? str of 0. Let's just test this one.
printf semicolon mistake.
Actually, you do not any write inside the if statement.
Sorry.
If
Yeah,
if
in the if.
str I is equal to हाँ भैया नीचे नीचे
Oh, this one.
yeah
Okay, return 0, I guess. So that will just stop the program. Uh, okay, no. I'll just comment it out. This part I'll comment out. Okay, so what is the error? It required as left operand. Who knows? I'll just get rid of this one. I'll try to see what happens then. Okay, so that works. So this part works. After this, what we can do, sorry, is get rid of that. So the first character we have capitalized. After that, if it is coming after a space, we can just simply do this.
simply print as it is original string.
We can just take this one.
Capitalize the next character also.
We can just
In
do it like this
in string 0, it should change I plus
into
1.
I. Yeah, that's right. I plus 1. And over here as well, I plus 1. I plus 1. And now if we just test run this one, it won't do anything because we are not printing any value. So let's just print f percentage s comma str. Now if we run this one, it is passing 3 of the cases. Over here, it is not doing anything for this one. Number should remain the same. Okay, so why is it changing the number? What does the number fall between? Uh, okay, so since we have run out of time, we'll just finish after this one. What is it? After this one thing, this last question.
Okay भैया
Okay, no, this is supposed to be and. My bad. So that's why it was taking the numbers and subtracting 32 from them.
Oh yes, in the it should
And
also ensure that
special characters should also be left alone. So here as well. And this should be good. Yes. 4 out of 5. Again, some test case. Some particular test case is being left out over here. And I think that test case is when the last character is space. Or something like that. Who knows? Okay, no.
can you please see the question once?
Yeah.
Sample input. In the last full stop, after that it should also capitalize, I think.
I mean, it should not really, like, full stop is full stop. It is end of the line, and typically after a full stop we put a space.
Uh, yes. Actually, bhaiya, N is also capitalized. Suppose
Yeah, and is capitalized.
starting letter of N A is capital.
Oh, right, right, right.
Right.
We are not accounting for the small letters.
Yes, yes. That's why.
Else, if what is it called? Okay. Else, if
Str of ith is equal to a, then it should also
I
capitalize.
guess we can just copy this one and paste this one over here as well. And instead of that, we can just put whatever the capital values are. From 65 to 90. So 65 to
90.
90. So now it is taking the capital letters and it will turn them into small letters. Now, if you submit this, yeah, now it works.
Yes.
Okay, so any questions in this problem? Like any doubts in this question?
No, no, I got it. It is based upon ASCII code.
Yeah, this is only for ASCII code. Truth be told, they should have provided like an ASCII chart over here so that it would be easier to, focus on the code rather than some bookish knowledge. But what can you do?
Actually,
Um,
ASCII code will be given in the examinations and OPP or not.
they will be given.
Okay.
Uh, okay, if that is the case, then that is very nice. Otherwise, you'll just have to try and make do with what you have. Okay, then I guess we have been, we have had this session for long enough.
Where
So
do you have the OPP questions?
I don't.
Okay.
Like I have access to the same portal as you guys. So what you guys see is what I see.
Okay, Vaya.
Okay, then I'll be ending the recording.